Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Frozen Melon, and today we'll continue on with Hades. And this time around,
Mouth on the twin fists. Let's say we crack
we
some
get to go
skulls.
punching everything, so this is going to be quite fun. And
I see everything you are.
I could have started increasing the dodge chance on it, but we'll play it without that. We haven't done, I don't think we've done any runs with this just yet.
What's this one here?
And I guess we should probably start trying to ramp some of these up, so
Go with that one.
no, which one should we go with? I'm thinking now. That's pretty good to start with.
So what exactly happened with the formerly pink window over there? Now it's got these sinister orange flames and an enormous pact of punishment hanging ominously over the exit. Father stopped by?
Pat, I don't know a thing about it, honest. I was just minding my own business when all of a sudden, wham! I get hit right in the back. I fall to pieces, no idea what's going on. When I finally come to, the window job was done.
As likely an explanation as any, I guess.
But yeah, we haven't done fists before on this run, so let's
I
go.
think so.
This will be interesting. I've heard some good news.
Oh, it's her.
One YouTuber I like watching at the moment.
I cannot help but wonder, dearest, why Lord Hades would have kept your mere existence hidden from us all this time. Perhaps he knew that once you met us, you would stop at nothing to come seek us out.
Special inflicts weak. My attack does. Nah, I'll take that. Like, I don't want my punches to deal less damage just yet. Not yet, anyway.
More brimstones. It's no use.
But yeah, so, yeah, some good news. One YouTuber I'm watching at the moment actually has got like a pre-alpha version of Hades 2. So I kind of watched like the first episode. Haven't watched any more than that because, you know, I would like to see this game when it actually is in its alpha phase or whenever the rest of us normies can get hold of it.
Now how's my favorite underworld cult surviving? Zag, you're holding up or what? Right better momentarily, I bet.
Cast, receive. Yeah, that's just pretty good actually. Get some extra life straight away.
Let me see.
Ooh, let's upgrade this weapon. Let's go. So yeah, that probably means that as they're getting some people to test it out, we're probably fairly close
Back to dust.
to actually maybe getting like an alpha phase at some point, or maybe a beta phase, or something along those sort of lines, which, you know,
You want to go?
I know like it's still way off for like an actual release or anything like that as well, but the moment I get my chance to play it, the moment it goes up on this channel, and it'll be learning everything from scratch. Special, my attack deals more damage and has more range. Ooh. Hold special and dash strike deals more damage than 100%. Actually, that's pretty good. The 900% damage to armor I do quite like.
These fists are hungry to fight.
But yeah, it's something to kind of watch out for now, actually. Like, I'm probably going to be watching the Hades 2 page on Steam and everything else, like a hawk. Just because I really want to play that game, and if I get a chance to play it, like, I am totally putting every single bit of it up on this channel. It is on my list. And hopefully, this weekend, I can actually start streaming again, because I have been lax on that, so we shall see. I've got stuff I need to get sorted anyway, so hopefully once that is done and out the way, I can maybe start a stream up. So might be doing one tomorrow or over in the evening. Yeah, depends, but I should be around. There we go. Very quick boss there. Your mini boss. Your dash inflicts hangover. Take less damage. While at 40% or below, your encounters 40% threshold. Yes, please. So it doesn't matter how much damage I take per room. As long as if I'm below 40, I will be at 40 at the end of it. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that. What's nice is like work's kind of getting back to normal again. I say again, but like normal is not really normal anymore. Do I still want keys? I still want keys, don't I, and stuff to... Actually, no, don't I? I don't think so. We want darkness, lots of darkness. Darkness. But yeah. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to see. I'm kind of like it is one of the games I'm actually excited for, and like I said, like I haven't actually been excited for many games. Now, if I have to wait like a few months, I'm probably just going to be a little bit upset and disappointed. Like, you know.
Not a chance.
Like I'm gonna stick to my guns. Like I am not a happy man when I have to wait after knowing something's like, you know, they get a working piece together and I still have to wait 2 months.
Power of Olympus.
Increase that.
Juicy.
Actually, that does give me more health, so I'll take it.
Thanatos.
Death is inevitable. I got the message that you need assistance, Zagreus.
Yes, please.
Let's see how quickly we can wrap this up.
Let's see indeed.
You're next.
Okay, I should have pretty much won this now, right? I think there is actually a... Oh, really? Yeah, I was never going to stop those. But more health is more health. I ain't denying that.
Once again.
And a shop. We go over a shop, yeah. I think this is the last bit before the boss fight, I guess.
Kieran's shop.
Would like a little bit more gold, but
Why not?
my dash deflects. I always like that one. It is one of my favourite ones. And I probably have missed some fishing points because I gotta wait to try to keep hold of those.
I bet Electo's next. Guess not.
What's that you're holding, Zagreus? Please tell me that you didn't steal the most dangerous, unstable artifact sealed shut within your father's vault.
It wasn't I who stole them, if that's any reassurance to you, Meg.
You are a hopeless fool. You cannot possibly know what you're doing with those things. You put them back exactly where you found them.
I just kind of hope that that the new game kind of keeps this sense of humour that this game kind of had, you know? Because it is one of those things that I think is quite important with this game, that it has that sense of humour, you know?
Am I supposed to be impressed?
But we'll see. We'll see when it comes out. Like I gotta play it by ear at the moment, and you know, I'm always a big fan of the games that they've ever come out with. So, like even the games where I wasn't too keen on them, I still admit they're good games. They just weren't my style, as were. But we'll have to see. Like, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I mean, it's going to be interesting. It's just, I think the only thing that I find, although I kind of,
Did Malpham shudder?
the only thing I'm a little bit disappointed on is the fact that it kind of just got dropped out of nowhere. You know?
Next stop, Asphodel.
And
Try another one, maybe.
now I need to upgrade the rest of the boons if I want to get other stuff on them. I do like this though.
Okay.
Restore life, don't need. Next boon, increase rarity. Yes, please.
Can wash away my boons.
Getting rid of the special would sound fine, actually. Like, it's great damage and all that, but I could get like something better. No, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. We'll keep it. We'll keep it.
Going up.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully that, you know, and I know it's going to be ages away. Like, it's going to be like 3 months before we ever, like, actually probably end up seeing. I don't know, I haven't looked at any sort of release material just yet, which, I mean, wants to look into it, but if I start looking into it, I'm going to find out stuff I don't want to find out, and I'm going to be really disappointed by that because I want the whole game to be a surprise, you know? So, it is kind of a catch-22. So, yeah. I don't know. I haven't heard anything as far as, like, a release date for, like, an alpha version or, like, a beta version or anything like that. I know that the, but,
That's something.
you know, I would say that they probably wouldn't just, like, give people access to put stuff online without, you know, expecting a release of something like that fairly soon.
Here I am.
But you never know. I mean, I've seen some pretty good companies make more dumb decisions than they should do. The other thing is like, yeah, there is the kind of like this sense of humor of Hades. Is it still there? Does it still capture that same sort of magic? I mean, from what I've seen, it seems to. But I don't want to see too much, you know? 2 boons, the price of 1. Nah, we'll just take this.
I understand that Zeus and all his kin are Mount Olympus. You were born of Hades and the goddess Nyx. I was amused to learn of his deception. Nyx has mothered many of the underworld's own, so why not you?
She isn't my birth mother, no, but she is like a mother to me. Do you know her?
Oh, I know the goddess Nyx quite well, of course. Though it has been a while since we last communicated, and I fear, but I was not the charitable sort back then. It is my hope that Nyx is faring well.
Interesting.
Ooh, each time you cast, get hit, 3, but special increases damage. Increased damage on special, that's pretty good, and it's epic version, so like it's huge. I'm surprised that was the first boon I came across that got the epic upgrade, I think. You know? I do forget they had the cast. I think that's one of the bonuses for like how the new game is going to work and stuff like that, is the fact they're going to make much more use of certain items that they couldn't, or mechanics they couldn't use before. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to it more than anything else. Like, I'm kind of like really excited, but also I don't want to be like too excited because I'm just going to have to wait like ages still. So, it's going to be interesting, you know.
Lord Ares.
help you near as much as I, my hellborn kin, compared the gift he gave to what I offer you.
Well, let's see then, shall we? Yeah, interesting. None of these are actually worth it. I guess I'll take the cast, because they still can rack up damage, that. And finally get to see another event. But yeah, I mean, once the new one comes...
Hey, hon, what's going on? Speak up. I know when something's up down to my roots, and something's up.
Well, it's just, I think you may know an Orpheus, don't you? Quite musically inclined, a little dour, impressive hair. He's court musician in my father's house. Calls you his muse. Says he misses you terribly. I thought you should know.
Orpheus said all that, huh? Tell you what, the next time you run into him, you ask him about the time that he came all this way to try and save me, even though I was already dead. Can you guess how that turned out?
Yes, I do believe I can. Look, I didn't mean to upset you.
Yeah, well, neither did he. But you know what? Actions beat intentions, hon. Now here, how about a treat and you can be on your way?
Very disappointing, that. Increasing the rarity, 2 boons next to them will actually be good. If I want to upgrade the boons I already have, what am I going for? Nah, I really get the next ones, because like anything else is kind of pointless, right?
Here you go.
So increase the next like 3 of them will be pretty good.
That's good. Bite this. A crustacean.
But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to
Your Majesty.
a few things coming up soon. You know, it's just kind of nice to have the option to play some other games I'm kind of interested in at the moment. I kind of hit a wall with other games I'm playing, although I'm playing some other stuff whenever I get a bit of free time. Problem is, like, my setup and stuff isn't really great for recording them, and although I may have tried, quality variance is a bit of an issue. You know, limitation of the technology I have available, nothing more than anything that. You know, I've got a decent, like, computer, or laptop, but I said I may just play small amount of games on there and leave it at that. And it's not like a high-end PC either. There are, say, some games I struggle to play on this thing.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Which I really wish I didn't. Attacks inflict weak. Weak is more potent. Inflicted foes with weak are more subtle to damage. We'll take that. Should I take the epic? No. Oh, I really want to though. Like, that's extra massive amount of damage, but I think I can get something better later on that. Do I want? Actually, no. We take the shop here, I think, because I get the boss fight coming up next. I always forget, and I can't count properly, so. I can buy, not buy both, but that's fine. Week lasts longer. Yeah, it's fine. And heal me. Let's go face the Hydra.
Big one, huh?
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm not sure if anyone would be interested, but you know, there are things where I was thinking of like setting up emulators and stuff and doing like playing through like some of the Pokemon games or stuff like that, which could be fairly interesting to do, like some of the classical ones, because I love those games to bits and I really enjoy playing through them. And playing like some like Nuzlockes and stuff like that. That was kind of a debate going on in my mind recently. Something where I can kind of set those up, record through, and depending on the style, either do it live or I record them and just upload like the hour-long play session. I don't know which things, like if you guys might be interested in stuff like that, me putting that on the channel, or other things like that. I would kind of appreciate the feedback. I don't know, like I feel like I want to play those games again, and it'd be a good way for me to do so in the time I want to be able to play them. But they will kind of get, the problem is like they might get superseded by other stuff. I mean, it's been a while since I've done any Hearthstone, so that aside as well, if I do get some time, I will obviously put that on the live stream if I plan to do so, which hopefully will be over the weekend. And the other thing as well will be, oh yeah, I probably should say as well, for those who haven't noticed already, I do have a Discord now, so, you know, I am terrible at chatting with people, as evident by the fact that I, you know, forget lots of things. But, I mean, if you want to talk to like-minded people, play games, chat with other people as well, like, it is set up. The link for it should be in my channel description, if I put it there. I think it's been up for a while, but it was something that I kind of forgot that I did, and then set it up. And I really kind of released some live streams and stuff, but it is there. All I can say is, like, behave, be nice, you know. But, yeah, that's kind of the main thing.
Oh, I'm cursed.
Oh yeah, I forgot I have the curse still. But it's there. I don't really post much on it at the moment, because I am awful at that sort of stuff, and communicating has never been my specialty.
I'll just tuck that away.
I'm an idiot that just talks more than he actually kind of listens, but
Let's see here.
you never know. You can find some interesting stuff sometimes. What should we go for? Yeah, should we keep the war stuff going? Yeah, might as well. Like, I don't really want to change at the moment anyway. Darkness, yes please. I guess we'll keep all the weak stuff, might as well. I mean, I should probably pick up the Aphrodite charm, because that will just increase the rarity of the stuff I'm getting already. It's one of the things that, like, in each run, I'm not too sure if, like, how the generation works of, like, the gods and the favour of the boons behind the scenes. We'll take gold here. But it would be, I'm,
Chariots.
you know, not a very smart person on that sort of stuff. But I would be interested to know, like, if I turn around and it's like a subset of like 5 boons that you're randomly meant to get with each run, or do you get like access to everything and the run just like higher rolls certain ones unless you equip the charms? Like, this is something that I would like to know. Because I don't know the answer. It's just something that I've never kind of looked into or anything else. I've just kind of played the game as I normally expect it were. Not a person that sits there and tries to learn how to manipulate the mechanics of the game. Although I really should learn how to do stuff like that sometimes.
Get out.
But yeah. Other than that, I mean, I've got... Well, I won't be... yeah, I almost forgot, like, what I was saying about live streaming. I got a Dungeons & Dragons session with some friends over the weekend, so that's going to be great fun. I get to DM again as well, after I set up some plans in motion for some off-the-rail campaigns, as I would call them, when they decide to not follow the rules that I've kind of set up for the custom campaign and do whatever they want. So that currently is something I'll probably end up using straight away.
Aphrodite's really something, don't you think so, cuz? Normally I'd stop for no one here, but when it comes to her, exceptions must be made.
Dash music sturdy. Now give me that. More gold per room. Dropping health items, increased attack. Shop straight away? No, we'll just take the health here. But yeah. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. I mean, as far as that goes, I don't know if there's any other games I'm kind of looking forward to at the moment. I mean, there's some things that I would love to start, but then like part of me is like, am I like too behind the curve if I start stuff like that now? You know? Like I was debating whether like doing some MMOs and things like that, because like just in my free time. But I wasn't too sure if I was like so far behind the curve that it's never possible, or like is there ways I can catch up? Is there a limit? Like how many hours would I roughly need to put into that game before I would see a benefit as such? Cool.
You have met the champion, the king. Let us see if you are fit to face him once again.
You mean face both of you together, which doesn't seem particularly fair.
Life isn't particularly fair, short one, nor death. I'd have expected you to know as much. But here, have your fair fight.
But yeah. Yeah, but other than that, like, there's not much going on really. Like, I've probably got like other stuff done and things like that, but you know. But I've just been concentrating on a few different things at the moment. Not sure if everything is worth kind of planning out or discussing or things like that. I've had some friends be on hard times, drama as usual, stuff that ends up going on with friend groups and stuff like that, but I try and stay out if I can do, but you know, if someone needs someone to tell them as it is, normally I'll at least be honest about it. I've always just chucked between my friend group, and they all say the same thing. It's absolutely hilarious how the fact that, despite everything goes on, I'm a complete idiot when it comes to certain things, like an absolute idiot, and I'm completely oblivious to anything, you know. But they always turn around and say that, surprisingly enough, though, if it's not happening to me, I'm probably the person to go for advice. And I find that absolutely hilarious. And it kind of came up, I think, in a conversation with some people at the moment, where it's like, you know, someone apparently was dropping hints that they kind of like me, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine, and probably should, you know, that's kind of great, but how do I say?
Thank you for sparring with me, short one. I'm glad we've made a habit of it thus.
Well fought, Asterius. Olympus, I accept.
Let me just pick this up. But yeah, what kind of... Yeah, reflecting bigger and dealing with damage is pretty good. What became the issue was like a while back and things like that, like I kind of made the option that, you know, that I wouldn't kind of... If kind of like, how to say, it's... I don't know. It just seems like really weird to me in the way that I probably end up saying it, but not like in a bad sense, but more like trying to explain it. And although it kind of seems dumb, it's kind of a rule I've always stuck by, is kind of the fact that I will only ever ask someone if they're interested in me once. And they have the choice at that one time to give me either a straight answer or not, essentially. And does whatever the outcome is beyond that point, that's kind of like their one shot as such, which this person kind of already had. Yeah? Like, I'm not like a horror person or stuff like that, just like, I brought it at one point due to like something happening, at which point I was like, hang on a minute, and I just kind of blatantly turned and said, like, do you want to or not? And not like in that sort of sense, it was a bit more professional, you know, if you can call it that. But basically it came out, was very kind of open and honest, and said, kind of, you know, I enjoy your company, stuff like that. If you generally kind of see me, or see a romantic sense in the fact that we should probably end up dating, is that something you'd be interested in? At which point they kind of went, oh, no, we're friends. And I was like, cool, okay, that was absolutely fine. So we continue hanging out with the friend group, you know. I've seen other people during that time frame and everything else, and some of them worked out quite nicely, other ones didn't. And obviously then, as we've been friends and stuff, like, she's obviously got to this point where it's like, oh yeah, you know, totally, she's been kind of dropping hints on the idea that I probably should ask her out. Now, me being oblivious, because I always am, don't pick up on these hints. Or if I did, I was just, you know, oh, we're just friends. No. That was kind of the logic term I came with, because, you know, I don't expect people's feelings to change, apparently. But then, like, one of the friend group turned around and obviously pointed out to me, like, oh yeah, you should ask her out. I turned around and said, I kind of went, no, she should ask me out. And they went, what? I turned and said, I've already asked her out once before, and she said we're friends. So I'm not going to ask her out. If she wants to, she can ask me out. And at that point then, it was a bit kind of like, but she's never going to ask you out. And so then that's tough. Like, there are a few reasons why I kind of stick to this kind of like unwritten rule. Kind of, the first thing is it stops people playing games with me, like straight away, instantly. And two, it makes me happier because then, like, if I end up getting an inkling to something, or I have a feeling, or people tell me stuff, I can either confirm then that bit of information to be either correct or false, or give the option for people to basically come out and be honest. And if they decide not to be honest, then it doesn't matter, they're not the person I'm interested in anyway. If stuff goes and we go on further with it, then it's fine. If it works out, it doesn't work out, but I'm quite amicable in most cases. And then you have the last sort of kind of like point where I will I don't know, where it's just kind of like, you know, there's an understanding but it's the wrong timing. And then if there is that level of understanding, I'll always kind of make it aware. It's just like, just your way, I'm not going to ask again later down the line. And they'll be like, oh, why? I said, because if there's something you want, you go and take it. Just simple as. Is pretty much the phrase I will end up using and a way of describing it. It's like, you know, I was in a situation where I thought it was worthwhile, I enjoy your company, and my action was like, well, if I enjoy your company, why not at least give an attempt and kind of put myself out there? At which point, later down the line, if that's not what you want, I can respect those boundaries, and that's absolutely fine. But I won't cross that line again as such. Like, I've given the opportunity to. So I'll let them make that step. At which point, then I know exactly where we stand, and then the effort is then kind of put on both onuses of being like, you also wanted this as well, like, yeah, or you would, you've come to the point where you said you wanted this. Now, that's kind of both, in my opinion, a more modern way of thinking about it, because, I don't want to play games, and no one else does as well. And I've got a lot of friends, and the problem is when you hang around with lots of people, you enjoy their company, sometimes it can be very hard to distinguish people just being friendly and getting along with them to actually having more than, say, just, friendship feelings, as they were. But yeah, so that was a whole debacle. Because I was like, no, they can ask me out, and like, yeah, they're never going to ask you out though. And I was like, that is fine. More damage to each consecutive hit. Tax Inflict Doom would be nice, but yeah, we got to pick that up. That legendary is way too good. Pick up that. Attacks Inflict Doom. Not really what I want, because just it's too low level. But we'll take the upgrade to the Death Defiance.
That's a relief.
And upgrade the Rift Blades.
Hey everyone, I'm back.
And where do you think you're going, fiend? Thought you might scoot right past Asterius and myself without a fight?
No, on quite the contrary. I've been under no impression that avoiding conflict is an option here. So say your piece and let's get on with it.
You, hellspawn, shall not traverse that gate behind me whilst my compatriot and I equivalently live and breathe. Prepare for death.
But you don't live. But yeah, so that kind of opened a can of worms with some friends and stuff, because they're like why won't you, if you know that they're kind of interested? And I kind of turned and said, well, look, there's a few different reasons. The first one is kind of meeting someone in the middle, right? Essentially, if I end up going to the point where I just jump at that opportunity, the issue is then basically all I was doing was waiting around in a friendship just to make sure that I can get a chance, which sounds really desperate, to be honest, and absolutely awful. So that's one reason why I just don't do that, because at that point then it's that little switch in my mind goes, this person is not available as such. And I can live with that, I still enjoy the company. It just means that I can kind of switch that part of my brain off and go, I don't need to worry about this. Anything we do, it's just harmless kind of thing. It also means if they actually get a boyfriend and stuff, I know to stop that shit, because it is not fair. And I will say this for any man that has a friend that is a woman. When they're single and everything else as well, and they harmlessly flirt with you, absolutely fine, nothing wrong with it. They suddenly get a partner or someone they're seeing, you flirt with them, you're an a-hole. Point blank. That's all I'm going to say on that front. There aren't many people that probably wouldn't agree with me there, I don't know. But at least that's kind of my take on it. There we go, one down.
You're next, King.
And the other bit is at that point, they're going to get this idea, no matter whatever happens or anything else as well, I will always just, be around to either save them from themselves or be around waiting in the wings for them to kind of repair a poor decision and so on. And again, I don't want to give people that idea about me. That's not what I'm doing at all. So they've got to kind of at least meet me halfway. And funny enough, you know, just funny enough, no one actually ever does. Not saying that they're horrible people, I'm just saying they're people that I wouldn't want to date. And if they ever see this, I would probably get raked over the coals for it. But it is that kind of point I will always make, and yeah, like I have standards. I'm not high maintenance, but yeah, I would be rather happy knowing someone chose me for my personality rather than the fact that I was just like the best option at the time. So that caused a bit of drama, which was always great fun. But I guess the point after a while where I tend just to keep most people as friends more than anything else, because it's less complicated that way.
Until next time, good shade.
Like, if stuff happens, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Like, there's no need to kind of force a situation or make something more confusing or more awkward. I'll keep... That's actually probably... Nah, it's actually worth keeping. It's probably worth more to do that. I don't need to heal. No move speed. No, we'll keep going.
So close.
Like, I'm happy with the way my life is at the moment, and I don't need to kind of make anything overly more complicated any more than it already is, in most cases. So I tend to just be a bit more relaxed about it, and I don't get absolutely harmless. And
Temple of Sticks.
you know, some people enjoy my company because the fact that I'm just more relaxed and more open. I mean, I have my worries like everyone else does. You know, I am still human at the end of the day. I'm not like Superman as such.
I'll pay for that.
Yeah, pick that. And the health. You know, because I am only human at the end of the day, and I can make mistakes, I can have issues, I can have my own problems. But I try not to take them other people's. Because no one wants to deal with that sort of stuff, and especially especially in a friend group as well. Like, when you get a tight group of friends, it can be very awkward if something goes wrong and you still got to hang out with the people. Like, I've been in situations like that, and of course it's not even me causal. Like, the problem is then what that all ends up doing is the fact it'll cause people to choose sides. And trust me, if you're in a friend group that makes you choose sides, you're not in a friend group. Like I'm at that age where it's hard even to make new friends anymore compared to what it was when I was younger and stuff. And like making any meaningful, lasting relationships is a lot more difficult than most people give it credit for. So the ones I have at the moment, I kind of cherish quite well. And if I do make new friends and get along with the people and stuff like that, you know, I get along with it and I value that. Because again, I know how hard it is to not make friends or, you know, make those connections with the people. Which is a weird way to think about it. Yeah, so kind of like, you know, value your friends, give everyone the opportunity to make mistakes. But, you know, stick to your morals is kind of the way that I end up living my life, which, you know, keep going so far. I can't complain on my choices. Like, even if I was ever end up being unhappy with the choices that I've made, like, I've not made poor choices in my own opinion. I may have made bad choices, and made bad decisions, 100%, never denying that. But regardless of all those bad decisions and everything else, they were still mine to make, and I stand by the fact that, you know, I kind of kept who I was when I made those choices. Regardless of how wrong they were or stuff like that, they were either my mistakes to make, they were my mistakes to learn from, they were my decisions, full stop. So it is something where, you know, I can take pride in those mistakes. Either I learned a lesson or I got something out of it. But yeah, I know how fun some things can get. Like it doesn't help, and I will say this because like it can be very confusing for a lot of people. But I tend to get along in most cases with women better than I do men. Just because, like, as I was a kid, I was always surrounded by
In the name of Hades.
girls in, like, primary school and high school. That's really good to pick up. No idea why. I was assuming I was that little cute kid in class that the older girls always kind of wanted to kind of have around or something because I was just adorable or something. That's the only thing I can ever think of. Weak effects are more stronger, resistant damage by foot attacks. Never do that. So I kind of was always involved in like the girl gossip and stuff like that, and always knew everything else that was going on as well. Which, when growing older, I kind of knew all the tricks of the trade, as it were. So I kind of knew how to please them and make them happy. Which, you know, in certain situations, I always knew what to say. Which, don't get me wrong, it did at one point in my life make me an absolute horrible person. But more for the fact that, you know, someone was mean to me first, essentially. But, you know, I got over that. That was a bad phase in my life one day. But, like, the night before, I'd, like, meet some girls and I ended up going shopping just for the day. And I don't mind stuff like that. Like, I actually kind of enjoy the time I get to spend with them. The same was how with, like, my mates as well. Like, you can sit there, get home, watch sports, grab a few beers, usual stuff like that. I enjoy that time. It's just people find it weird that I can have like different types of friend groups in that sort of sense, you know. And trust me when I say this, the weirdest thing. I don't even say it's the weirdest thing, but the weirdest thing that I find that people don't quite ever understand with some of my friends is that it's happened a few times. I've gone on dates with women, and obviously I told them, the female group of my friends, like, oh yeah, I've just got a date, and of course they'll do the usual woman thing. It's like, I'll stalk them, find out who they are, do whatever else. Well, it's absolutely hilarious, and you know, I know why they do it, because like they value me as a friend, so they want to look out for me, right? It's not insincere or anything else. Well, the whole point is looking out for me. So what I end up doing is like, you should wear this, you should do this, like make sure you make, like, you know, the usual things of like, they want me to succeed, so they'll tell me everything I should do, like a mother does to this. Which is absolutely hilarious. Which I do take the mick out of them for. I really do.
Try this way.
You know, my phrase is just like, yes, mothers. But no, I mean, I've helped them all through a lot of hard times and stuff like that, and you know, and they've helped me, so we can be quite close. And it's the one thing that I always enjoy is, you know, surprisingly enough, and I'll say it's that people sometimes don't really understand it. Your friends, in some cases, can be better than your own family, because family's still good and everything else, and family will always be there for you and everything else as well, but your family is family. You haven't chosen them, you haven't selected them from the wide assortment of people you've ever interacted with. And regardless of how bad some of your friends can be, if they're your friends and they're the first person you sit, or like, you know, they're the first group of people you think of when you either want support, you want to talk to someone, or stuff like that.
Just the foul sack I need.
Then, yeah, they're like the ones that really matter the most. No, I'll take that. It's big damage.
Bit of an aftertaste.
Because you get to choose those people. They're not obligated to help you, but they still will because they're your friend.
Always a pleasure, Charon.
And pulls foes in, that's really good. So, yeah, sometimes it's a more humbling experience to know that, despite everything else as well, that you can have that group of friends that's always there, even if you're an absolute idiot and you do something completely horrible and stupid. Like, if you've got friends that will still stand by you and tell you you're being an idiot, but will give you the option to try and improve yourself and make yourself better, they're all true friends. I mean, there are limits to some friendships, and I would never end up trying to test that. You do not want to try and do that. But if you do something your friends feel like they're horrified by you, they weren't your friends, and you weren't their friend either.
You were never supposed to live. Took all of Nyx's strength to circumvent what should have been a certainty. Now you cannot stay dead. Such is the wry humor of the fates.
Nyx saved me, so according to the fates, I was never meant to be born, since neither you nor Mother are of the underworld, something like that? Or was it just another lie you told to Mother and whoever else?
You think everything a lie. The realm beneath our feet was appointed to me on certain conditions, not that I had much of a choice. Among them, a one-time surface dweller such as I would never have an heir.
You really believe that? Then why attempt to have a child anyway?
You don't know anything. Why anyone would choose to have a child is a mystery to me. The fates said I would never have an heir. Perhaps this was all they meant.
Oh, yeah. So I get the joys of realizing that my group of friends will always be involved in everything I ever do, and I can never get away from it. But no, they're a good group of people, and I enjoy them, and like spending time with them, and the Dungeons and Dragons sessions we play up and stuff like that as well is always well worth it. Like, I wouldn't trade them for the world. Although I'd never tell them that, because then they'll all be saying I'm being soppy and like, oh, aren't you cute, and all that rubbish. But yeah, I consider my friends quite close, and I will always try and make sure that I stay loyal to them no matter whatever I do. Or at least try to be as loyal as I can be. Because it was one of the things I remember being at uni for, surprisingly enough. And essentially I was helping out, like, through some friends and stuff. They were playing like a musical festival and everything else as well, and I remember like them just not being able to.
Aphrodite has no jurisdiction here.
Just trying to get stuff like sorted and stuff, and like some stuff just didn't work out in the way they were wanted it to, right? So they were in a bit of a bind, and you know me, like, I said you wouldn't know me, but my friends that know me, like, when someone's in trouble, they'll always try and help out, even if some of the results end up being ridiculous. So by this point, I kind of amassed a large amount of favors from a bunch of people by doing this, and even to this day, I still kind of amount favors from people, regardless if I use them or not. Yeah? but I do kind of amount them.
Trouble.
Now we use the Death Defiance because I might as well here.
Oh, that hat, damn it. Got you.
Such contempt for... We're not finished.
You're going to love this.
So yeah, so like they're obviously panicking. I'm kind of like, chill, everything will be fine. They're like, no, it won't be, so on and so forth. I'm like, okay, well, what needs to be done? What can we do first? And they gave me a giant list of all the stuff that needs to be done, and going through it all. And I went, okay, give me half an hour. And I came back, and I made a few phone calls. At which point afterwards, they were like, pretty much everyone I knew at that point that kind of either owed me a favor got a phone call from me. And I was like, dudes, I need some help. Someone I know is in trouble. Like, can you guys give me a helping hand? And pretty much, probably about, I'd say, a fair amount of them couldn't offer me any help whatsoever, which was like, that's fine, no worries, if I need you next time, give me a helping hand, will you? And they're like, yeah, sure, but not at the moment, whatever. But the ones that couldn't helping was actually great, and about, I got 5 people to give us a helping hand, which was more than enough to do what we needed to. Really.
Would be my pleasure.
There we go. And yeah, you just watched a bunch around of people there.
How many times you beat me? We're family. There's no escaping that. I shall remember this.
But yeah, I remember that, loads of people ended up turning up when we popped out, got the event sorted, everything else as well. Yeah, not bad. Another win.
My weapon shuddered at the touch of it. Beyond the frozen overlook, await the first glimpse of the sun to your left, then onward through the cold.
But yeah, and yeah, I remember that at which point it was literally just the person was so
bright,
thankful for actually me sorting everything out. They just said, like, again, as the most do, if there's anything you need, let me know. Give me a ring. I'm like, oh, don't tell me that. Tell me that. Tell them the guys that. The people that came and helped.
Mother, I discovered how come Father led you to believe that I could not survive past birth. He didn't lie to you exactly, so he says.
Wait, slow down, Zagreus. What do you mean? He told me you would not survive your birth, yet here you are. How wasn't that a lie?
Because he thought it was the truth. The fates appointed him dominion over the entire underworld, but he would never have an heir, so he was led to understand. He never expected me to be born, much less survive.
He never expected you to survive. Then, forgive my asking, but why did you? How did you? The fates are not known for making mistakes when it comes to such things.
Nyx saved my life. Or gave me life, I guess. Then raised me in your absence. The fates are her daughters, right? Maybe she persuaded them to go easier on me. She cannot say more. In any case, apparently it took her quite a while to revive me, and by then you were gone.
Nyx. Of course she was involved. I only managed to escape because of her. Then she restored my stillborn son to life and nurtured him? And I never would have known unless that child, fully grown and having learned the truth, defied his father and then found me here.
Yes, although we still don't know how come Father and Nyx never sent for you. Though, let me ask you something, Mother, if you please. If you had found out that I was born and very much alive, would you have come back?
Would I have come back? To see my only child? Had I but known you lived, I would have gladly gone through hell again to see you, Zagreus. Of course I would have.
Well then, What if... what if Father didn't want you doing that?
What if he didn't want me coming back to him? Or seeing you? Oh no, you're fading again, Zagreus. You've pushed yourself too hard. But what is it you meant by what you said?
It's just a hunch of mine. I'll be back.
And the story unravels.
Father wanted her to leave, didn't he?
Whoa. Natural causes got you again, huh? That's a real shame. I mean, imagine one day you're just going about your business and then, you're dead. Although I guess you don't have to imagine it like I do.
No.
Hail.
Damn you, Hypnos.
So, you can tell me in due time if you decide to, lad. But I do have a question, same as you did, going into this. Why did she leave? Why did she leave you in particular?
It's that she didn't even know I was alive. Sounds as though Nyx revived me sometime after I was born, but by that point, Mother had already left, and they let her be, for reasons I'm trying to find out.
Ah, that's quite a bit to take in there. And it explains more than a bit, I think. Look, I'm not one to speculate too much. I trust you'll find the answers that you seek as you proceed.
Thanks, sir.
That we will.
Be on your way, Zagreus. I have an audience with Lord Hades in a moment. An inquiry into my recent absences.
What are you worried about, Than? You've never given him a reason not to trust you.
Recently, I'm not so sure. Whatever you're doing, it had better be worth it.
Everything is as it always was.
Hey, did you see, boy? The old lounge is good as new again. You ought to check it out. Just don't annihilate it like you did last time.
Each savage countenance of Cerberus lights up to hear the news, doubtless beginning to assemble stratagems for ravaging the lounging area once more.
Don't even think about it, boy. Father, look, Lord Uncle Zeus, I've been in contact with him, and he wishes to make peace. He asked for me to tell you he forgives you for whatever happened.
My brother Zeus forgives me. Zeus forgives me. How dare that blasted little brat? His beard may be luxurious, but he's as much a child as are you. Forgives me, bah.
What did you do? What happened between you?
None of your business. Go on now and frolic with that Lord Uncle of yours, the both of them. And don't you ever speak of him to me again. You hear me?
Loud and clear.
Does Amira's beard, though.
Say, Orpheus, you're not going to believe this. I happened on a certain nymph during my journeys recently. It was Eurydice. Tall, woodsy type.
What? Why, truly. I knew Eurydice resided in your father's realm, but I had not anticipated you would cross her path. You're certain of this, then?
I saw her, mate, in Asphodel. She's doing fine up there, all on her own. You said the two of you were very close, isn't that right?
We were much more than that, Zagreus. We were husband and wife. She was my muse. To think that we are doomed to be apart during our afterlives. Oh well.
Ah, well. Don't you have a message I could bring to her if we should meet again, something like that?
I do not wish to trouble her again, my friend. Speak not to her of me, all right? I have my memory of her. It is enough.
You can't be serious.
See, behold the idiots.
Nyx, you saved my life. Gave me life when I was born. Father told me. I don't know what to say. Why didn't you tell me?
There are many things that I am not at liberty to speak of, child, through my own binding choice. These circumstances are among them. Suffice it to say that your revival required the extent of my ability and considerable time.
I never should have been born. Is that what the Fates wanted? Did you defy your own daughters?
Silence. Tempt not my daughters thus.
Thank them for me.
Zagreus. Good. I wanted to tell you something. Your victories against me, they don't count for anything.
Sounds like you've been giving this a lot of thought there, Meg. How do you figure?
Nyx's mirror. You couldn't possibly beat me without its help. Or hers.
I'm not competing with you, Meg. I'm trying to get past you. To the surface.
Call it what you want. You're doing what you have to do. I understand. But you are not stronger than me. You just have more help.
Nothing wrong with having help.
Oh! Oh, why, Prince, you're back? I mean, I heard that... How come you're still here?
Oh, yes, I made it pretty far. On that account, you heard correctly, Dusa. But turns out I have unfinished business here, so I should be turning up like this from time to time.
Oh, wow. Well, that's great. I mean, I hope it's great. I mean, if you agree it's great, I also think it's great. If that's okay?
It is. It's both okay and great.
That's what I mean. Dusa is adorable.
Here's what I caught lately. Why, thank you.
But yeah, let's see what upgrades we've got and if we complete anything interesting.
That's one prophecy out of the way.
There we go. Everything from the God of War. Ooh. But yeah. Plenty of stuff we still need to do. See what we can get done.
Let's have a look here.
And upgrade-wise...
Nyx's strength.
Not quite there yet. But we shall see.
Let me see you now for what you truly are.
Yeah, we could unlock some of the ones actually now for the fists. There we go. But anyway.
The path toward the surface lies somewhere beyond all that.
Surprising run. Was surprised I actually ended up winning that one in the end. But, you know, a win is a win, so we'll take it. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.